The Hocking Homes team.
Hi, it's Ian again at the Hocking Homes Real Estate team at Keller Williams here in Barrie, and today I'm here with Christine Hobden, who is the financial advisor and owner of the Cooperators on Yonge Street here in Barrie. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you for having me.
Today we're going to talk actually specifically to investors who are purchasing an investment property, duplex, triplex, that kind of an idea. And we had some insurance questions for Christine, but I've known Christine for about 10 years, I think, something like that. How long have you been in insurance, Christine?
Probably 15 or 16 with Cooperators already.
15 or 16 years. This lady knows everything about insurance. Yes, she does. She knows. She's been way too nice. She knows absolutely everything. She's never sent me in the wrong direction. She advises our clients absolutely perfectly every time. So she's my go-to girl when it comes to insurance. Thank you for taking the time, Christine. So let's talk about investors. They're buying an investment property. The policies for a home ownership are different to if you're specifically buying an investment property or you're going to rent out a home, particularly if you have 3, 4, 5 kind of units attached to it. Is it possible you could highlight some of the things that an investor should be aware of?
Extremely important to fully disclose your intentions for the property at the time that you're trying to get the insurance.
Okay.
If at the moment it's one family upstairs and one downstairs, be sure and explain that to your insurance agent because you want to have the correct policy. The difference too between homeowners and we call it residential insurance, meaning renter, a landlord owns the building and then there's renters in the building. The difference there is that there's some fair rental value coverage included. So for example, if there's a major fire in the building and your tenants are now at the Holiday Inn for however long, there is some coverage for you for any of your fair expenses. Things like cable television and anything that you might be providing as a perk are not included, but the assumption would be you as the landlord would cancel those services in the interim. But then if you are collecting $1,000 rent and that person is out because of an insurable loss, you're getting that $1,000 because the bank doesn't care that you had a fire or a flood in your basement. They still want their mortgage payment on Friday. So that's really important. So trying to get a cheaper product by buying a homeowner's, having renters in there trying to sort of circumvent the system is not to your advantage. Always disclose what is the intention for the property.
And one other definite difference is you definitely want liability insurance, being a landlord. Does that increase the premiums very much, or is it?
Liability is one of the least expensive features because typically it's not tapped into. Appreciate too, in a renter's policy, the actions of the tenant are not covered.
Right, okay.
So really important to have the right coverage because if you happen to get a tenant that's less than agreeable, unfortunately things can happen and you want to make sure you have the right protection.
So that actually brings up another question, is tenants insurance policy. Should all tenants have insurance policies?
I would suggest to any landlord purchasing rental property that you insist on seeing their tenant policy up front. In a perfect situation, although you can't be sure that it's in force, at least you know that they're the type of responsible person that has that type of coverage. Because then what we'll do ideally is we'll subrogate against that tenant policy. So accidents happen. If a tenant is having some Christmas candles burning and happens to burn your house down, their tenant policy will take care of their contents. Our residential tenant landlord policy will take care of your building. But then we want to go back after that other company to get the money back for the building that you lost as the investor.
Terrific advice. So hopefully you can see that this is the lady you should come to for advice on rental tenant policies and for insurance needs. So Christine, thank you so much for coming along. How would we find you, Christine, if someone wants to contact you?
I'm at 565 Yonge Street here in Barrie, and our phone number is 705-728-3545.
Terrific. Thanks very much, Christine.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.